It's on now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Astronomy Arcade. My name is Victoria. You can call me Vicky, but today you can call me Georgia. And we're back to, it wouldn't be a D&D in space episode if I didn't forget to turn my mic on. We're back. It's D&D in space. It's been a minute, but we are back. We are here. It is Tuesday night, and we are ready to take on the end of this prequel mission. Finally. And before I go on for too long, I will pass it over to our lovely Game Master Grant to get you up to speed, because fuck if I know where we are.
You know what your DM forgot to do? Your DM forgot to watch the entire previous episode before showing up. So, I think I have a general idea.
We can just
You normally do that?
I normally do. Anyway.
Wow.
So, what happened last time on Spaceballs Z? Well, an event that I am calling the X's fight ended up happening. Where all
Monumental.
of you ended up having a throwdown with most of Keith's exes that you have met so far. 8 of them. One was indisposed, in a hospital already, and of course, Robin also may have gotten roped in because reasons, but mostly your DM being evil. You have all managed to defeat them and defeat the darkness being, more or less, that was controlling them. Or at least you managed to break its control. That being said, you also managed to recover Wadi, and through benevolence and miracles, nobody died. That being said, in the present moment, all of you are kind of in the aftermath of that, as medical personnel are going around making sure nobody's actually going to die, and improving upon your, in some cases, patchwork stabilizing efforts. So
there's also one other very important point I think we should mention, because I think the big cliffhanger-y thing that we left off on was were you gonna get to that?
Go ahead.
But the eye thing with the leaf. Whoa, okay.
Mark that down.
How many more will
So
we get
as
in
I
the
was
final
telling,
episode?
so as I was telling the group before we went live, through that door there, is the rest of the house, and right behind it is the bathroom, and the tub today got refinished, and the whole house smells like spray paint. I did have the windows open. I unfortunately can't anymore because of sound, and I am a professional. So I might be a little bit high on fumes. Which just means we're gonna have a good time. They said it wasn't toxic.
They
That
can
doesn't mean
smell
it won't
anything
stick.
they want.
Yeah.
It's fine. Anyway, but Atlas and Georgia had a little exchange when Atlas realized that the same thing that happened to the exes was what happened to George's dad and the other folks that got possessed at the original
Easter's Loss.
Easter's Lost. Thank you. And not toxic. And that was the cliffhanger. But anyway.
Yes, the cliffhanger and the implication that you can snap them out of it if you deal enough damage to them. Anyway, all of that being said, everyone please go around and introduce your lovely characters and yourselves, and then we can get ourselves started.
Sick. Well, as I said in the intro, my name's Vicky, but I play Georgia. Georgia is she's a soldier, specifically Atlas's soldier, specifically Atlas's bodyguard, because Atlas, they say it takes a village. I'm a village packed all into one, very strong, power suit with...
It takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a Georgia to protect me from the village.
Exactly. Georgia is probably dealing with that as the revelation that we just mentioned. But also very happy that Wads is back. And that none of us beefed it, because boy, oh boy, it was looking a little close for some of the X's there. Keith,
I'm sorry, laughing at Linger.
should I get the bug mask?
Yeah, you're in
Wait.
5.
Do you guys want to
Look
see the
it
bug
out.
mask?
Yes.
Bug.
Okay.
Bug
You
mask?
introduce yourself. I'll be right back.
You can wear
Okay.
it for stream.
I'm gonna get so distracted.
But she
when
opens
comes
this
back.
door and there's like a cloud that.
Just a noxious
Anyway.
green cloud.
Oh no, dude. Oh
Evie?
yeah, okay. It's been a minute. Hold on. My name's Amanda. But tonight I'll be playing Keith, Wadsworth's older brother. I'm the pilot of the group, and I'm so fucking grateful that this is over because it was ridiculous, and I think it was a big, huge joke at me. I don't know. Gods, the beings of the universe did this to me on purpose, and I'm done with it. But also, I'm glad my baby brother is safe. Eisen. Oh my god.
Yes.
Dude.
It looks
so-
wonderful, Vicky.
It's pink. I love
It
it.
is.
Very
Of
cute.
course it's pink.
We
I
can
bought
still
this-
hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't hear myself. It's very hot.
Oh,
I
we
bought
can hear
this.
you.
I
Like-
bought this because when I was making the Shira sword, I had to burn EVA foam, and I thought that would
Yep.
be
Oh,
not a good
yeah.
idea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
made
and
it.
you sound like you're wearing a mask, but you're perfectly intelligible.
Amazing. I will
I
not.
think you should just keep wearing it.
No. I'm not gonna do that.
It's cool
I do
though.
a lot of things on the internet. Wearing this mask for 2 hours is not gonna be one of them.
No. Well, jumping right back into it. My name is Mac. I am playing Eisen, the fleet officer of the group. Not really leader. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And
I think so.
currently I am trying to comprehend many questions and many loose ends that we have from this, and just trying to figure out what the fuck actually happened.
And I'm Atlas, played by Kyle. Everyone else leads with their player names, but as everyone here can confirm, I am my characters,
Yeah, true.
so the order really doesn't matter. And also shaking somewhat from the revelation that Georgia's dad might still be savable. Also, and our characters here do not know this, and it pains me, but we have more information about the glowy blue eye thing in the main campaign,
We do.
and the fact that we now have to keep that information separate
Wait. Oh man, that will be so easy for me because I don't
is
remember.
going to be a small, very personal hell for me for the foreseeable future.
Oh, no.
Amazing.
Welcome to the joys of the prequel.
Thank you, Grant.
I am nothing if not a deity of chaos. Anyway, and I of course am your
The most
GM.
accurate thing
And
you've ever
everything
said.
else- I'm sorry. Kyle, were you finished, or did I just jump all over you?
Both can be true.
Did you have anything you wanted
I'm done
to
now, I
add?
guess.
Well, now I feel
Wait,
bad.
where's
Okay.
the button? I gotta go.
I mean, would you like? So I'm Atlas. You've got a name so far.
God, you can tell it's been a minute since we've streamed because we were all talking
Yeah.
over each other.
You're high. I've got ADHD and did not take my meds. So
I'm not even high by choice.
Yeah, it's a real tragedy.
I mean,
I got a nice picture right here, so that's my excuse.
Oh, this is
today.
gonna be fun.
It's gone.
Yeah, so I'm the science experiment and now usually scientist of our little ensemble here, and owner of this lovely critter, Marty, and this not really a critter, but still lovely Pickles. And yeah, what the hell just happened?
Well,
Guess we'll find out.
I think I'll pick up with that because, frankly, I think Marie's got the perfect response. Well, I was about to ask about the same thing, and she immediately looks at Keith. You stabbed me!
Okay, hold on. How do you know it was me? Why are you just assuming I stabbed you?
He glances at the knife in your hand. Eisen has brass knuckles.
He goes.
Georgia's got literally a sword. And I'm pretty sure Atlas has like a taser he turned into a defibrillator or something.
I do have a knife. I'm not holding it, but I have one.
He's the only one who is brandishing one.
So then Keith was just gonna be like, fine, yes, it was me, but you were stabbing me first. What the fuck is up with that?
He actually does have a point.
I didn't necessarily have control of it. Listen, Keith, I love you dearly, and I say this with a great deal of respect for you, but if you're going to stab people, keep it in private, please.
Okay, look, I don't stab people in public or private. This was an emergency.
All right, before we get too far off topic here, what exactly do you remember?
Oh yeah, good point actually.
I believe that is a good point.
Do you remember getting stabbed?
No, but deductive reasoning brought me to the reasonable conclusion that I did get stabbed.
Interesting.
You stabbed
What's
me
the last thing you
first.
do remember?
The last thing I do remember is I think my phone started ringing.
When Georgia called?
Probably. It might have been her name on the caller ID.
Do you have your phone?
She checks her pockets. No, I do not. Must be still in the office.
It is. That's where we got the last ping. What's the last thing the rest of you all remember?
Well, Scarlet can't answer because Scarlet is still unconscious, stable but unconscious. She's currently being wheeled away. Robin and Alex have already been taken away. Their wounds were among the worst among the entire group.
Robin and who?
Alex, the rocker chick. Who do you want to ask first? There is Margot, there's Kelly, Harper's still there.
Who is the spooky one?
Josephine.
Margot.
Margot's the spooky
Margot?
Yes.
I would ask Margot.
Well, I was cleaning up my seance downstairs. And then nothing? I was trying to warn you guys about how dangerous it is to interrupt me when I'm performing a summoning, but
What were you trying
listening
to
to me.
summon?
That is
spirits from the beyond.
There's
Apparently, it
no
worked.
It did not work.
I don't think that-
not
That
much.
is
Yeah.
no.
She immediately reaches into a pocket of the vest that she's wearing, pulls out a pen and a notebook, and starts jotting down notes.
I would like a copy of those notes, please.
No. I'm going
Just
to
in case.
I'm gonna take the notebook from her.
Hey, those are research notes.
I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna say,
Or go. Oh, sorry.
whatever you did today, I am 99.9% sure that it is not what made you possessed. But that 0.1. Don't do it again.
I hate to burst your bubble, but you've never summoned anything. So I don't think it was you. And that's not to be mean.
Archie, can I see that for a sec?
Oh, however, did you happen to put a hex on this one? Because it may have worked.
No.
I might have used I used a banishment hex first.
Could one say
that
you're a
obviously
hex
didn't work.
girl? Sorry.
Yes.
Ah!
I suppose you could. I do specialize in it because I did do essentially a bad luck hex. So that would explain why.
When
there's so
did
many,
you do that?
Why did you do that?
Like,
couple
No,
of
no,
days.
when first?
I mean,
Why is obvious?
A couple of months ago.
That's great. Margot, maybe you shouldn't use magic to bane people.
I don't know if it works. I could make something out of this. This could
Clearly
be fun.
it doesn't, because I'm right here. I was not banished or whatever the hell you were trying to do.
That book doesn't work. The book that I got the other one from might.
What book is this?
Yeah, where's the book?
It's back at my place.
Given that the most recent thing you did, very small chance, may have just gotten all of us attempted murder read. You seem to have some splash damage. I'd like to take a look at that.
You see Marie just glance at one of the security officers, and they just go and stand ominously by Margot. And Marie says, "Don't worry, we will gather what's necessary because there's all sorts of weird things happening. I'm not leaving anything to chance."
Right. Okay.
How's Wads? What's he doing right now?
He's a little out of it. He's kind of just got a 1,000-yard stare going right now. Aside from hugging Georgia tightly last time and just saying that he's here, it's him. He really hasn't said much.
I think.
Body?
I would like to not retcon, but like I would like to say that in the interim, I was probably chilling. But I wouldn't just leave him alone. Unless, like, Keith was coming over to talk to him, in which case I'd give y'all space. But if nobody was hanging out with Wads, I was probably just sitting with him until I went to go take that journal away.
He would have given you two the space then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But leaving him to his 1,000-yard stare, if that's what he needs in the moment. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need a good 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Hey,
I said that.
Body?
He takes a moment, but then glances at you. Yes, Atlas.
Just in case it's perishable, what do you remember?
I remember getting smacked over the head by someone. There were actually two people who looked very similar. Like, he points over at Harper, who's currently giving a medic one hell of a time, because they're obviously not being gentle enough, sealing up her wound, and says, "They looked a lot like her, and there were two of her. I think one of them might have been wearing a wig." And then someone else walked up behind me and smacked me over the head. Next thing I know, you guys are running in to save the day. Well,
The
next thing I know, I wake up here, so.
So, Grant, can you clarify something for me?
Mm-hmm.
Timing-wise, the night Wads got napped. I guess that's tonight still. Anyway, timing-wise, when all that happened,
Mm-hmm.
Keith was with Harper that entire sequence, correct?
Yeah, I was with her
Mhm.
until you called me that Wadsworth was
Yes.
missing.
Right. So you were with her in the period that Wads got taken?
Yes.
Technically, yes. I was running around the house for a minute, but yeah.
No, because you hadn't gotten to the house yet.
Right, but they were together in the bar.
Right, they were together in the bar. Harper was definitely with
Yes.
Keith in that moment, because because it happened before we took off chasing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't leave him behind,
D-
and then he got
DM
kidnapped. He
verified?
got kidnapped, and then we left.
What? They look like. So they were Zerlas?
They could have both been wearing wigs for all I know.
Well,
Didn't
I
one of
mean,
you guys
you
find
said.
the wig in the dumpster? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're good. I
Yeah.
mean, you said they look like her, or they had hair like her, because those are two different. You know, you can have hair that looks.
He glances over at Harper again. She's beginning to get a little nervous, it seems, by all the attention that's being paid to her. And he says, "You know, in a rough description, yes."
Does Harper have any siblings? Did we ever establish that?
Harper, do you have
not
any
that-
siblings?
She's got quintuplets. I don't know.
Not that Keith is aware.
Hey, Harper.
Ow! What?
Don't.
Yes.
What? Me? We saved your life. Do you have siblings and or anyone in your family who would kidnap people?
She looks practically affronted by the question.
Again, I want to remind you again that we saved your life. So we saved your life.
She just glares for a second, mostly at Keith, and then says, Yes, there are people in my family who would try to kidnap someone. Sure. And there's certainly people who would love to frame me for it or make it look like I had something to do with it.
That seems a little toxic.
That checks out.
You don't choose your family, now do you?
I did.
Aw.
There's this, I mean... Oh, wait. Oh. Georgia goes, oh. She's like,
That goes back to petting Marty.
I was gonna... Oh, okay.
No, I met you guys, but
Oh.
I'm also petting Marty.
Okay. I was gonna make like a joke about the found family thing, but yours was better. Anyway, and it wasn't a joke. Anyway, so... Marie's still there?
Yes.
I turn to her and I go, if they were part of the Serla family, the people who, you know, kidnapped Wads, how much, what, can we do anything about that? Or would they just kill us? Like,
The flash drive.
it did not.
Up on the flash drive.
Oh, the flash drive.
Yeah, don't say that in front of Harper.
No.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, I start looking at Atlas like, like, do you know what I mean? Anyway.
Atlas rolls his eye. I roll my eyes and keep petting Marty.
Well, technically, we are guests of the Zerlas, although... She
We're
thinks for a
what?
moment. Technically, the embassies are at the whim of the Zerla family. That being said, I believe, and this comes from my studying that Keith has not done yet, by the way, there is a statute in this particular colony and this particular part of space where if something untoward should happen and the Alliance is involved, we are allowed to acquire control.
I feel like we are jumping to a very
It is-
messy conclusion.
It is a rather messy conclusion for sure, but
We also
we do have
no
the
proof.
ability. Also true. We may be able to negotiate something. Harper just... All of you may make a sense motive check against Harper if you would like.
Bitch, you're
I
bitchy.
get to roll my middle dice for the first time in game.
Oh,
Let's
you
go. I'm gonna roll 2 anyway, even though
Sense motive.
Oh,
I only need to roll the d20, so y'all can...
what'd you get?
I just hit the mic, I'm so sorry.
Nice. I got 18.
I got a rock.
28.
Huh?
I got 2. I got a 2.
Speaking, right?
I got a raw.
I got a rock.
What was that?
This is
Kyle?
on this is on her speech.
Correct.
22.
It's actually technically 4.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
There's pretty much everyone except Georgia picks up on the fact that she looks very, very nervous for a moment and covers it up by saying, I do owe you guys. I can look into it, see if I can find something.
Okay,
Let's circle back to this.
thanks.
We'd appreciate it.
Also, don't forget my bike, please.
But you know,
I haven't forgotten your. I feel bad enough about that, okay? I haven't forgotten.
Thank you.
You
Seriously,
like,
thank
wait,
you like
your bike? Keith, what happened to your bike?
The garage got blown up basically with bullets, and I don't know what the hell was going on with those turrets, but totally took out the garage. I can't believe I
You
even
have
got that
turrets?
we take precautions. Also, Keith,
That's
do you mind
awesome.
introducing me to all? Who are these people?
Oh, right. So my brother over there, the one who's catatonic. Next to him is.
He's okay. I kind of like touch his face. I'm like, what?
He's fine.
he's he'll be okay.
I quickly.
He just chuckles, shakes his head, and grins at Georgia. Anyway.
I quickly go, oh, and the girl next to him, that's his girlfriend, that's Georgia. And then
That's-
she watches over this one over here, Atlas, and this is my best friend, Eisen.
I turned to Watts. I go, I didn't say that. I didn't say girlfriend. I don't
Half
know.
of what half of one plus one speaks is lies. The girlfriend part was true.
I didn't.
Wadswitch just looks at Georgia and says, "You're still in power armor. You can kill them all if you want to." I would not blame you.
No, I'm not in power armor right now. It's definitely like on the side, but it's charged.
What? Yeah, no, he glances at the power armor that says,
Yeah.
"You could put that back on and just kill them if you want to."
I look at it, and I look at you guys. It's an option.
You have to defend your boyfriend's honor.
I get into the power. I don't like close it, but I just kind of hop in, and I'm like, I could press the button. I don't even have to close it to take the katana out, actually.
Marie just glances between all of you and says, "Okay, let's let's settle down just a little bit. We don't need to kill anyone so much more tonight.
I'm not
There's
going
already
to
been
kill anyone, and I take the katana in the back.
I
I'm
rephrase
just-
then. Dismember.
Just maim. You know.
Okay.
Eisen looks genuinely scared.
If you cut off my legs, does that mean you have to carry me around?
Ooh.
Put it back. You win.
Any other questions for the X's?
Wait, did we establish? Vicky can't remember. Did we establish the like? Did we ask them if they experienced anything while they were out?
You haven't asked
You know
that
what?
specific question yet.
Georgia can ask it. Yeah. So when you guys were like, you know, not yourselves, was there like, is it like the kind of like if you've had like Vicky's forgetting the name. Oh, spray paint fumes. The stuff they give you when you have a surgery. Anesthetic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
anesthesia.
Anesthesia. Was it like an anesthesia kind of thing where like it's like you just skip time, or was it like you were asleep or dreaming or somewhere else? Like
You notice all 6 of them visibly shudder.
oh,
And Josephine says, "Well, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but all I remember is feeling really, really cold. And it was really dark. And it almost felt like I was, for me at least, it almost felt like I was walking through a memory of a very, very dark garden, for lack of a better term. I think there were plants around. It was, eerie. Just a little eerie. And, you see Marie nod, and she says, I didn't remember it until now, but yes, that's about what I remember as well.
Josephine, why do you say a garden?
I could swear I felt grass under my feet.
Oh.
And even though I couldn't necessarily see them, I was able to reach out and touch something that felt like flowers and leaves. And the thing is, I couldn't see them, but I knew they were there. It was really strange. Very, very strange.
Well, I'm sorry you had to experience that. All of you, really. I don't know why it's you guys specifically, but it sounds awful.
Did anything weird happen to any of you leading up to, like in the last, I don't know, couple of weeks? Months?
Besides dating Keith.
But, okay, it wasn't that short.
Wait, but actually, wait.
No, like actually besides that.
But
Or while you were dating Keith.
or
Not that kind of, like, did anything...
no, I am I Keith.
Yes. What?
This may be completely baseless, but you know how there's the you know mono.
It's not. I don't
Wait.
think that's.
But listen.
No, does this mean you and Robin actually? Are you?
Oh no,
No.
you've never kissed Ramen, have you?
No.
Okay. Shoot.
Are you sure?
That disproves.
Yes,
Well,
I am very sure.
you have shared drinks, but you've shared drinks with all of us.
I'm more interested in eye contact. The first time you made eye contact with Keith.
Describe it vividly.
You actually see Marie blush a little bit. She says, "Oh well, I don't believe that's a public discussion."
I have a question.
my
Oh,
case.
great.
Actually, wait. No. I see. My guess was gonna be that you have some weird, like, you're like Keith, talking to you. You have some weird, spooky, like, thing of where, like, you don't know, but you're doing some spooky, weird stuff, and so every time you look at somebody,
Like a
they,
carrier.
fall in love with you. Yeah, but like, I don't think. I mean, we've been around you too much.
Yeah, I am not doing magic to get these people. to
I
like
know.
me.
I'm not saying that. I was. It's like
I'm
a,
more
like a
interested
It
in
subjective
would
what
thing.
explain a lot,
It
though.
would explain.
I'm more
Excuse me.
interested in people who like you. What could take advantage of that opening if it were hitching a ride?
The opening of what though? Like we
Wow.
like him enough to be friends with him.
An emotional opening, Margot says. I mean, dealing with spirits, that's kind of one of the things the book tells you to be careful about is being too emotionally available to the spirits.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
But like again, I don't.
Maybe?
You
But
guys don't-
emotionally vulnerable without knowing what you're getting into. We all know, Keith.
But that.
So sure, we're open, but we're open specifically to Keith. Not to whatever happens.
I guess. I don't.
Like, forget dating. All of these people have in common.
The smugness
They've all
of it.
been vulnerable around Keith.
The smugness of which Grant sips his water bottle. He knows he doesn't have to fucking say anything else in this conversation.
Right.
Every time.
But again, like that makes sense, Atlas, but not like. Then why wouldn't, you know? I know we're right now we're kind of restricted to one planet, but like, why wouldn't? I just don't understand why, if it's a thing of like being connected to Keith or like, you know, being open with Keith, that none of us would have been affected either.
As much as I love this conversation, I feel like it should be held somewhere more private.
That's fair. We are just standing in a room where all of our friends were just possessed.
Yes, and this is a rather intimate conversation that I don't want everyone
I'm
to hear.
sure that there's something else besides just Keith that is correlating all of them. They've been on this planet for months, if not years, and I'm sure that they've all crossed paths at some point.
And no one else.
Eisen is saying that entirely bullshitting, just so that everyone else can hear that and hopefully not think that we're all pointing the finger at Keith here.
Fair enough.
And
So the question is, who's targeting Keith's exes? Or current girlfriend?
what?
I'd very much like the answer to that.
Georgia
Agreed.
takes out from her little backpack a little notebook and a pen, and passes it to. I have Marie's contact info already, but Josephine, I guess, is the first one, and goes, would you mind writing down your name and your phone number so we can talk again, because I am almost 1,000% sure that we will have other questions one day for you. Also, you seem nice.
Oh, well, thank you, dear. That's very kind of you. Of course. As soon as I have my hand back, she looks at the medic who is currently
Your
patching
hand.
up her arm.
Right, I can write it down for you. And I turned to the other girls and I'm like, and I'll if you guys don't mind as well, it's just, you know, like thorough, like writing.
Yep.
You'll seem
And
nice.
Marie says, "Once you're done, I would love a copy of that." All right, and you gather their contact information.
I'm not letting go of any of these voices. Are you kidding me? Josephine? We gotta bring her back.
No.
Where's Gorm in this universe?
Arm.
Not
Hey, little
born yet.
baby. Oh, dang.
Oh, dang it.
Although his great-great-grandfather's probably around, and
Sick.
grandmother.
Oh, here's a question we didn't get the answer to. When is the last thing you remember?
Yeah.
Marie gave you an answer to that.
Yeah.
Margot also gave you an answer to that.
Were those at the same time?
There was
Like,
a
would those
slight
have-
difference in time
Mm-hmm.
because
Well,
I
yeah,
think
because they would have all had to get there at different times.
Yeah.
Or,
So,
or be activate, like the fucking sleeper
Yeah, no,
agents
that's my
they
question is,
are,
were they all activated at the same time, or were they all activated
to arrive at the same time.
yeah.
at different times?
I would say this: interviewing all of them, you would get the sense that they all were activated at different times.
Another timing question, Grant.
Mhm.
For Marie, since we know when her phone went off, and she heard it,
Mhm.
timing-wise, there's no way that she could have physically traveled from the base to here in that amount of time. Is that correct?
She could have by vehicle.
She could have by vehicle. Okay.
She could have by vehicle.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I called
The
her.
calling-
Didn't I call her when we were outside the building?
And you spend the time spent getting into the building, having the interaction with Margot, and then leaving the building would have been enough time if she'd made it her only goal to get into a vehicle and get there.
No, I mean
Is-
outside the building with Atlas, I thought. Was when I called her. I don't know. Do you guys
Then your
remember?
DM is
'Cause I went in
Your
with
DM is probably
remember.
mixing up facts. Because I'm trying to remember now.
I went in with Eisen and Keith, and then I came back out, because
Okay.
Atlas went offline. And then I thought that was when I called.
Yes, that is when you called her because we couldn't contact Atlas or Robin anymore.
Yeah.
Then you are correct. That was my bad.
Okay.
She got there somehow.
Yeah. Myzen is trying to understand the powers a little bit more, and if the only one who was capable of actually utilizing psionics was Harper, or was it the Seance Girl? That
We
don't
know Seance Girl could.
Seance Girl could.
Yeah.
Right.
She vanished.
Couldn't.
Yeah.
And
Seance-
Harper could? Am I remembering that correctly?
Harper seemed to have mind affecting capabilities and
That's right.
some just alchemical stuff that she seems to keep on her person.
I understand.
Marie has one of the officers actually walks up with a comm for Marie, and she takes it and has a quiet conversation for a moment, then says, "Wait a minute, repeat that again for me. This happened when?
What?
Have hospital security secure the patient, please. We will be there shortly." And she turns off the comm and turns to the rest of you and says, "It would appear Sam also may have had some issues. She ended up almost escaping the wing of the hospital that she was in while also suffering from severe blood loss and
Right.
post-surgery effects. She's fine. For the moment."
Is she possessed?
Sounds like it. I don't think someone who was comatose one moment and then ambulatory
No,
the next.
I know, Marie. I know that she was possessed at some point. Is she still now?
It doesn't sound like it, but I chose to be safe.
What?
Are you telling me
What?
this has affected every goddamn person in the galaxy I've ever been with?
Do you remember all your exes? Do you keep a book?
Do you have?
don't
Yeah.
have a
Do you
fucking
have? Do you have phone numbers for anyone that's off this? Actually, no.
Keith,
Actually,
I do believe it is time we know just how many bodies you've managed so far.
No,
dude,
we're not
who
going to
cares?
disclose that
It's-
information.
I-
Yeah,
I-
thank you.
that
It
does.
is pertinent to the investigation.
We're sex
right?
positive here on Astronomy Arcade.
You don't have to say it in
Says
front
the
of all of your exes.
No shame.
No
but we
shame.
do
We
need
just
a
want
list
to
at some
know.
point.
Mainly, I wait, Keith. Actually, I know many. No offense of your past
Sorry.
relationships. You don't talk to anymore. Is there anyone that you do that is not here?
No, probably not.
Great.
Yeah.
Is
Wow.
there any for the satellite on
No.
base?
Maybe. I don't know.
This was
I don't
not
know. I
prepared.
didn't think I'd get this far. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't. That
Amanda,
was
roll
Amanda.
a luck roll for me, please.
Roll what?
Roll a luck roll. If it's above
10.
Doesn't matter. It's a 4.
Did you? Now I have a question because I said 10, assuming that you were rolling a d20. Were you rolling
Oh, I
a
rolled a-
d20 or a d
Yeah.
percentile? Oh, okay.
D20.
Because 4 on a D percentile would have been absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Also, hi, V Mandarina. How you doing? Welcome in.
Hello.
I'm gonna say maybe there was one.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there was one, but like we don't talk that often. But like I don't know.
I think it would
Who
be
was
worth it to see if they maybe answer the phone with a spooky, scary voice and try to kill you through it. Maybe.
Fine. Okay.
I mean,
It's.
If you're
I know.
if
It's,
you're
it's-
this averse to calling them personally, I could always do it.
I can call them.
Okay, fine. Yes, here. I'll give you the phone number. It's someone named like Christina.
Nice. Nice.
It's my real life coworker.
Before we call this person, can we maybe just have security without explaining, escort them somewhere where they can't hurt anybody?
Christina Or the whole point is that they're not on this planet.
Yes, I'm assuming we're friends with station security.
Yep.
I'm sure we have plenty
Oh.
of interaction with them.
I just assumed they were somewhere else in the galaxy, not on the station. I was like, they could be
Oh.
anywhere.
They're on the station, and she is I don't know, probably I don't know. She's just like another
She's
engineer or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's part of the station's engineering crew. They're different from the flight ops crew.
Is this
Okay.
foreshadowing a love triangle between Keith, Robin, and
No.
Christina?
No,
Okay.
not even. I mean, that's up to Christina, but
Oh.
and Grant now.
Ah.
That's up to Christina, the person that was breathed to life 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
I assume that's also somewhat up to Robin.
I didn't. He was coughing. I didn't hear you.
Sorry.
Kyle said he assumes that's also somewhat up to Robin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
it seems we need to have many private conversations. Should we have those in private then? I kind of like pull Wads off the floor.
Okay, yep,
You
yep,
ready
yep,
to
yep.
go? I think you need water and a good snack.
Before we get into this, just as a quick side note for you, Grant, Eisen is not letting Harper leave without him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to assume all of you kind of get into the vehicles that Colonial Security showed up with, and they take you back to the base,
Wait.
where everyone.
Sorry. Is that are you not letting her out of your sight because of is she the only one that exhibited any sort of powers?
No.
No,
In fact,
okay.
she didn't.
She had mind
Really?
altering powers.
Yes, kind of.
But also,
He knows things that
There's-
Georgia doesn't.
bad things have happened to her twice today, and she's kind of important around here, and it would be great if bad things did not keep happening to
She
her.
has plot armor.
And seems hesitant about something very specific that Eisen would like to have some reassurance about.
Fair.
So,
Okay. Then you all essentially make your way back. This is a variety of vehicles. Some of them you can have privacy in if you want to have conversations.
I want to go wherever Georgia is because I want to hear the phone call.
Okay.
Like just to make sure that not everyone in the galaxy is possessed. I'm very scared about that.
Yeah. I'm going with Wads as well because I mean I'm not intending to have any sort of private conversation with him right now, but George is very like, well, I will not be letting him out of my sight ever again because it seems like every single time that happens, he almost dies.
I feel like I have to go with Georgia, actually.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
it's fair.
it's a lot. It's a big responsibility keeping apparently everybody alive all the time.
Exactly.
I wanted to play Georgia, so I didn't have to worry about that. I played
And so
myself.
you chose to be my bodyguard?
I know, okay? Listen.
Uh,
I just want to be able to
Okay.
do things.
Funny way.
So, do we want to do the phone call first, or do we want to do the semi-interrogation of Harper first?
Mm.
By all means.
Phone call?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
We need something a little
All
less
right.
suspenseful for this phone call. Ring ring.
Okay.
And I,
after a
as it's ringing, I go, is there anything I should know about
Just
how
don't.
this ended?
I guess no, not badly. It was just like a fling.
So she's not gonna be pissed if I say,
No.
hi, I'm friends with Keith?
No,
Okay.
just didn't want things to be awkward, I guess. But now they're gonna be awkward anyway.
Okay. You make the call. After a few rings, it picks up and you hear, "This is Security Officer Smith. Who is this?
What? What?
Hi.
What?
I was looking for a Christina at this number. Is there anybody by that name?
What is your business?
We're friends.
Unfortunately, your friend is not available at the moment.
Would you want to explain to me why?
I am not at liberty to do so.
Well,
Security reasons.
Well, I am. Who am I?
Give
Give me my credentials, Grant.
Okay, you just pull rank essentially.
Yeah, and I need to know
oh.
for official business.
Well, seeing as you've explained that, then, Lieutenant Chang has been remanded into custody for almost setting the station's reactor nuclear. The chief engineer managed to catch her before she did it. She seemed to be under the influence of something. We're not sure. We're running medical tests right now.
Yeah, her eyes blue.
There is a long pause. How did you know that?
Okay, we'll be there soon. Let's see.
Wait.
Goodbye. We'll be there soon. Bye.
Oh, was that on speaker or not?
You guys heard it.
Well, that's great. Super lovely.
How many people have you dated, Keith? How
I knew
many?
that my actions would haunt me, but I didn't think like this.
This is shockingly literal.
Lots and lots.
I have another question.
Are we going to be hearing news stories for the next month about rampant, strange events happening to women all over the known galaxy?
Possibly.
Is it just women?
Is it just women?
You men as
No,
well?
Probably not.
Okay. I figured.
Queer icon, let's go!
Oh, Keith. Oh, Keith. Okay.
Look, you can't blame the man. Never mind. I'm done.
Now, okay, polling the room. Just getting a temperature check here. How many of us think this is a it's not coincidental, obviously, but an aftermarket sort of thing, or a did Keith give a magic? I don't want to say STD, but you know what I mean.
Let's not call it that, please.
You know what I mean.
Let's call it that.
I did mention mono before. So you know,
This is just for psionic.
is it magic? Is it magic mono, or?
It should
Or-
be mentioned
The
Wadi is
psionically
just cracking
transmitted
up
disease.
next to Georgia
I
right
mean,
now.
I'm just saying, is it this has always been a thing that Keith has been doing and something has activated it, or is somebody going and saying, these are all the people that Keith are connected to, we're going after them? Like, that's an important, like, how are we feeling on that? Because I feel like that's an important distinction.
Keith. Wadi
Yes.
stops laughing for a second and then gives you a long look. And he says, I have another point of data we could potentially contact. I just don't know if you have her contact information.
Who?
It's
It's what?
been a very long time, Keith. But I'm pretty sure she's the only one who was not there. Who you were close to before Haster's loss happened.
There's a very long pause. I can't do that, Wadsworth.
Do you mind if I do?
just to make sure she's safe.
Do
He nods.
do we know? Do the rest of us know who this is?
I'm not there.
I feel like probably, because we've been close for
Yeah,
our
like
whole
we
life,
would have
pretty much.
if you were with somebody before Hasters, like when we were living there and stuff, we would have known.
Well,
right?
hold on. Actually, when did we all meet each other? Because that relationship happened before Wadsworth and I moved to Hasters Lost.
Oh, then it would be
Maybe not.
I
We
was
would've all-
created there, so
yeah.
I'm assuming we all
Okay.
met
I-
at base.
Yeah, I think I lived there most of my life. I don't think I actually established that, but I didn't know you guys before. That.
Okay, so then no, you don't know who this is.
You wouldn't have told us.
Probably not. It's not something Keith likes to talk about.
Okay.
This was disclosed on the Talks channel, though.
It was.
So if you guys watched it, y'all know who I'm talking
Check
about.
They
out our-
probably haven't watched it because
I haven't
Vicky's
watched
been
it.
really bad with putting the
Hey.
Vicky's been really busy.
Exactly, not
Vicky's
bad.
drowning.
Hey, if you subscribe using your free Amazon Prime subscription, you can watch all of our archive videos before we even upload them to YouTube.
No, you can't.
What?
What?
They
can't do
disappear after 2 weeks, unfortunately.
Yeah. We're not special.
I'm a liar, apparently.
You're a liar.
And don't
No, that's
understand
for-
how Twitch works.
That's for the
so-
people that are better than us, unfortunately.
Oh.
It's for the
We'll get
third
there.
tier of being a cool person on Twitch. We're only at the second tier.
We'll get there.
You can
I,
help get
uh,
us to the third tier though if you
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah, sure. You
Let your
know,
friends know.
hit the bell icon.
As you do.
That's not on this website.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Um,
Keith would also be like, "Because I also have no idea how to even contact her. So,
I will figure it out.
thank you, brother. Also, it's glad to have you back. I'm glad to have you back. Not it's.
who else is in this vehicle?
Just you guys.
Yeah, I think you
The-
like someone else, right?
I am
Yeah.
somewhere else, yes.
The driver has the partition up so you guys can talk.
I turn to Wadsworth. If you need help finding someone,
I might take you up on that.
hmm. If it were someone random, if it were just targeted, like it makes sense that they would go after. It makes sense they would use Keith's Nexus to attack us on this planet because they wanted us alive. And who knows? You know, maybe they're trying to frame Keith or something. But blowing up the station, you'd go for the person most likely to succeed, not someone who's definitely going to get caught unless they wanted to get caught. And that seems like it would be pretty arbitrary.
With that, while the characters mull things over, we'll switch to the other car. Harper is being very, very quiet right now.
Yeah.
Seems to be lost in her own thoughts.
Yeah. Eisen would give it a couple of minutes, and I'm assuming we're in some kind of van where we're facing one another.
Yeah.
And would reach into one of his pockets that he has on his pants and pull out a little packet of Sour Patch Kids,
Okay.
which are his favorite candy.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
If we're looking for
Would be.
a futuristic version, you could do Sour Patch Starmen
Yeah.
or Star Boys.
Yeah. Sure.
Sour Star Boys.
Sour
Yes.
Star Boys.
Yeah.
Our Star Boys.
Sour
cute.
Star Boys.
It's like that song I'm a sour star.
I'm a motherfucking star boy. Everybody said Starbucks though.
Anyway, he would take it out and open up the pack and pour a couple into his hand and would just hand it to Harper.
She glances at you for a second, then takes them and kind of just mutters, "Thanks."
Problem. I've always found sweets as a good way to clear my head after things. I got the habit in training, and now it's just sort of a ritual after something hectic happens or a mission. I give myself enough time to think until the package is gone, and after that, whatever happened, happened.
She nods and says, That's smart. I do something similar, although I personally set a timer. And the length of the timer depends on the source of the problem. Keith was usually about 30 minutes.
Never mind. I'm not there.
Surprised it's that long, to be entirely honest with you.
Oh, I need to speak for the honor of my character.
Oh.
More than 30 minutes.
I take it your relationship was not how you wished it to be.
She kind of chuckles. There's no real humor there and says, "What gave you that idea?"
I know Keith personally.
My condolences.
She's savage.
And then, and then she sighs and says, "That was mean. He did literally save my life at some point."
Believe me, he gets his balls broken enough by us as well, so there is no shortage of that in our crew. But that aside, Harper, you seem concerned about something. And Eisen will take a little device out of his pocket and flip it on, and it's my comms would cut out to the rest of you guys as well. And he would just kind of set it on the bench next to him. I don't expect you to trust me, and that is fine. But if you're concerned about a member of your family or your family as a whole, or think that they are somehow involved in this, someone needs to know. And that individual that may or may not know, in no way would ever let it get out that that information came from you.
I'm sure there are ways to trace it if you have the right information. I'm pretty sure my father's behind it.
What makes you think that?
Well, first he deleted all of our information on the family servers. Then he started moving assets off-world. And he's the only member of the family who can do that. And I'm supposed to go
They're
to...
going!
And supposedly, next month he's carting me off to some godforsaken edge world called New Corinth.
I need to leave.
No! The crossover!
How close is your father to House Connor? You guys work with them often? Trade with them?
Trade with them, yeah. Jeans, actually. He's fifth in line to their succession.
Mickey.
What? What do you
To
mean?
your recollection, besides obviously the cogs beginning to turn and things beginning to take motion, did you notice anything strange happen that kind of started that process? Was there a meeting that your father had? Was there some sort of argument you overheard? Was he acting strange?
Maybe a little stranger that you've never met, my dad. He's...
Fair.
There's a reason. There's a reason I dated Keith when I did. And we went to the places that we did.
Daddy
to avoid
issues.
him at all costs. So... Yeah, he was acting strange. Got real paranoid a couple of months back, and it hasn't stopped. Don't know what started it, but he just got paranoid.
About what exactly?
About the Alliance and what the Alliance is supposedly doing. Just all sorts of weird BS about research projects and crossing lines and interstellar treaties being bent and almost broken, and just I didn't understand half of it. That's not what I do in the family.
Grant, can I ask a clarifying question as far as lore goes?
Yes.
So the way that this world works, we have like the what do we call them? The families,
The great houses.
the houses.
Mm-hmm.
When we call them like the houses, like, is it like akin to royalty as far as like just like figurehead monarchs kind of thing, or is it more corporations underneath that? Like, is it Hunger Games-esque, like this district does this thing and this district does this thing? Like, how do we...
It's a lot of them have elements of royalty and royal succession to them. House Connor, last you guys heard, was very much economic based. If a certain branch of the royal family wasn't necessarily doing the best for everybody, they'd be replaced with someone else. As far as just making House Connor additional wealth, and that's how a lot of the great houses work. Others are a little more. There are some that are more theocracies. There are some that are actual genuine meritocracies. House Zai is a straight up borderline military dictatorship.
Oh, fun.
And I say borderline in terms of they do the semi-ugly thing that Starship Troopers does, where service guarantees citizenship.
And so so we should consider them. I'm trying to have I'm trying to decide if they're like closer to like fucking Prince Henry or whatever the fuck, and like Queen Elizabeth or whatever, or Walt Disney, Jeff Bezos kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like
they're closer to an actual monarchy.
Okay.
Most of them.
Okay. And then the alliance is an alliance of multiple houses?
The alliance grew out of the 20th and 21st century United Nations of Earth.
Okay.
It is an alliance of Earth's colonies.
Okay.
So the houses are separate from the alliance.
Correct.
Gotcha.
The alliance is not perfect, but it is at least fully democratic.
Okay.
Very few of the houses can actually boast that.
So then did the Alliance and House insert Harper's
Zerla.
Zerla? Thank you.
Zerla, yes.
I'm horrible with names in and out of game. They have some sort of treaty for us to be having a base up floating above their world?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There is an agreement and provisions made to have a base. And the Alliance is not the only other presence there. House Zai also has a strong presence there.
Okay.
And apparently House Connor, even though they supposedly pulled out. Puppies?
He's sneezing.
Yeah. I'm kind of impressed the mic didn't pick that up. It's quite jarring. Okay. Thank you for the lore drop.
It's tough. Sprinkle.
Do you feel safe in your home?
Well, not to be blunt, but the family does need an heir, and I'm kind of the only person who can potentially provide one. So, yes.
Fair?
I told you she has
Unless
plot
he
armor.
absolutely loses marbles, which is entirely possible.
Also possible.
But as the after odor of the place mentioned, I probably demonstrated I do have some countermeasures with me at all times. Did I hit you with that?
Yes, but it's fine.
Sorry, that one's. I haven't tried that one yet. That
I
one's
also-
particularly nasty.
May have decked a few of you in the face, but it's fine.
Oh, that's where that came from. Okay,
Apologies.
it'll be fine. If standard medical technology doesn't fix it, I can always get a facelift.
Well, as I'm sure you've seen, our group tends to enact slightly outside of the jurisdiction of the Alliance. So if you ever need
enact
help,
utter chaos, but okay.
it's fair. You ever need anything, you know where to reach us, you know to reach Keith.
She takes a long breath at the mention of Keith and says, "Okay. I appreciate it, but I should be just fine. I will get you some information.
I would appreciate that.
It seems for the family's preservation, dear old daddy needs to go."
Oh,
Okay then.
That escalated quickly.
yeah.
Very much.
That has
Very much
implications, Grant. This is very interesting. Bless you.
She's the crazy one.
Are you sneezing or coughing? I think Kyle is coughing. I said bless you.
Coughing.
Oh no.
I'm dying,
Anyway.
it's fine.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Somebody help him.
Please don't. Anyway, anything else you would like to discuss with Harper after she drops that particular bombshell?
No.
I'm gonna kill my dad. Honestly,
Good luck with that.
Hop off, Queen.
Make him go away, essentially. Okay.
and it's
Um,
Father's Day this weekend. Jesus.
Happy Father's
Well,
Day, everyone.
Father's
Go kill
Day
your
for-
dads.
Very special Father's Day for Zerla Senior. Anyway,
Possibly his last.
Next week.
anyway, so are there any other conversations that happen before you guys get to the base?
No, not on my end, but I do make a backup copy of the flash drive, just in
Okay.
case the main one gets something happen to it.
Okay. All right, then all of you arrive at base. It takes a couple of hours, but you all get debriefed one by one, just giving the story from your perspective, what ended up happening, that sort of thing. It's very boring stuff. And by the time they're all done with you and you guys are able to hang out again, it's the next morning. The sun is beginning to rise.
And we haven't slept in like 36 hours or something.
Something like that. It's been a minute.
Okay.
All of you are probably quite tired at this point.
And where are we?
I'm going to say that unless you guys are just hanging around in the base, you've just been released from the base.
What are our instructions?
Where's Robin?
Don't leave the planet. Robin presumably is at the hospital.
Probably
I'm going to the
should-
hospital.
Yeah, probably should go check on her, huh?
I'm going.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
check
too.
it. Damn.
Keith is almost off. Actually, Keith, before you can leave, a truck pulls up and the driver hurriedly hops out and says, I'm looking for Keith Kane.
That's me. Who are you?
I need you to sign this. He hands you a clipboard.
Oh my god. Yes. Oh hell yeah! I can just fucking sign
You
it.
had a motorcycle overnighted to
Yes,
you?
ma'am. That's my girl.
The Zerlas. Wow.
Anyway,
That-
thank you very much. So here you go.
Seems like a
runs
lot
to
of
the back.
power.
And he rolls out this gorgeous motorcycle. It's a bright red, and it has a note attached to it.
Oh, cute.
And it says, Keith, thanks for saving me. I really don't want to see you again if I don't have to.
He laughs and he's like, "That's fair," and tosses it and just takes the bite.
That's so funny.
I said Marty to go grab the note because I want to see what Keith is reacting to.
Okay. As Keith roars away on his new motorcycle, you get to see the note.
You're not gonna offer to take any of us?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
I know. As you drive away, I go
Oh.
rude. And then, do we still? Have
Oh, this will make up. This will more than make up for it. I hand you the note.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Do we have a vehicle? I would also like to go see Robin. Do we have a vehicle?
Lottie glances around and just walks over to the one of the quartermaster's steward people who is watching the fleet of vehicles. He talks for a few moments. It seems like he pulls rank because the guy salutes him and just hands him some keys. And he just holds up the keys and points at one of the cars and gets in.
Hell yeah, let's go.
That's my boy.
All right.
I'll drive.
Better you than me. And he just tosses you the keys.
That's coming from the guy who is going to be in charge of an entire fleet?
Yeah, that's
What?
not. You should.
It's not my job to fly it.
That's what I'm for.
Says Keith says from
That's-
miles away.
Yeah.
As he climbs into the seat, into the back, he just says, "That's what delegating is for."
I'll make everyone a commander nowadays.
Oh,
He just very tiredly chuckles and just buckles in. All right. I assume everyone heads to the hospital, or do you guys have other places you want to go to?
I mean, first stop the hospital. First stop actually somewhere to get flowers, and then the hospital.
It's a good move.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
Does Keith even think of that?
He's probably trying to just get there as fast as possible, so probably not.
Roll a drive check.
Okay.
Grabs the plants like
Can we-
outside the hospital as he goes in.
Can we roll a
Roots
flowers check to see
Sure,
how
roll a
good of
flowers
flowers
check.
we get for her?
13.
Okay, well I'll give you this. You're still getting
2. Again.
Huh?
Okay. Keith, you're still getting used to the bike. You kind of peel out a couple of times and come skidding to a halt. It's got a lot more horsepower than you're used to. And that's
Cool.
saying something. You may have accidentally triggered the turbo mode. Because, yes, it's got a turbo mode. Have fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
And for a 2...
I got a 5 if that helps.
I just want to point out that I spent a stupid amount of money on these dice, and so far they've given me 2 2s. I haven't used these yet in game, and I've gotten 2 2s.
Vicky,
Mm-hmm.
the issue might not be the dice.
Hey now, that's rude.
I'm sorry.
I can go.
I
Vicky, when we hang,
I don't
hang out
need
next
to be here.
Aw. Oh, you do. We're lost without you.
Only reason I need to be here is because I have Streamlabs installed.
That's not true. Stories wouldn't be the same without you.
Oh yeah. It won't run on my computer.
You're right.
Anyway, so for a 2 and a 5,
Some dandelions outside.
I did get
You
a
find-
14,
you find
but
a
I feel like it's too
single-
late.
you find a single giant sunflower that was actually being sold for the seeds. And it's not even fresh. It's a little old, so the petals are kind of wilting, sort of. But it's a sunflower.
It'll have to do.
It'll last. Oof.
I overpay for it so we can get out of there in a hurry.
So since Keith is there first, where does he go?
Well, knowing that the group is coming, he's gonna go see Robin first.
Okay.
Or how far away are they?
You don't know.
You
I don't know.
you don't really know, but you were on a souped up, overcharged super bike essentially, and they're in a sedan. So presumably you've got a little time.
Okay, because he also wanted to visit Sam, but
You can.
Go
What
see
is
your
priority?
girlfriend.
What would his priority be? Who does he care about more?
well,
Hmm?
Robin obviously,
Hmm?
but
Hmm?
okay, let's see Robin first.
Yeah, you head over. The nurses are a little dubious, but they do point in the right direction because it is technically visiting hours. As you walk up, you hear 2 voices coming from the room, and you recognize them as Robin and Alex.
Oh, cute, and oh no.
And when you walk in, they're just kind of. Actually, make a listen check for me first.
Okay. Superb. Hold on. That is a dirty 20.
It's not just their voices. You recognize that they're singing.
Oh.
And they're harmonizing, and you had no idea Robin could sing like that.
He would
You
stand.
knew-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You knew Alex could. Robin's a match for her.
Oh. He would stand kind of like in the doorway, just like not wanting to interrupt them, but like watching Robin specifically.
They are rocking out for a few moments, and then they get to the end of a stanza, and Robin's like, "Oh, hi, Keith."
Hello. I didn't know you could sing like that. You guys sound good.
Well, thanks. Alex just says, she's got a permanent invitation to the band whenever we're in the same system. Just saying. If I'm ever down a bassist, you're also welcome too. Anyway, I should. She gathers her stuff, winces a little bit because one of her arms is kind of in a cast, and then walks by Keith and just.
I'm sorry.
elbows him.
How can you have an arm that's only kind of in a cast?
It's
Like
in a
one of
sling.
those
There we go.
slings? Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But she walks by Keith and elbows him and whispers, "I hope you know how lucky you are, you bastard.
He would flush.
This one's a keeper. Now, talk to her. See you around, Robin." And she leaves.
He would like just be kind of smiling like an idiot for a second and then turn around and walk up to Robin and just be like, "So, how are you feeling?"
Well, they opted for an experimental treatment, which was fun. I'm always interested in experimental treatments. They said they're in the process of making it more potent and miniaturizing it for like mobile use.
Oh.
It's interesting. Maybe kind of loopy for a couple of hours there, but she shows you her arm, which originally was just lacerated to hell from an explosive arrow, an explosive dart, and she just says, yeah, just scratches left. It's kind of amazing.
I'm glad you're okay. As okay as you could be after something that traumatic twice. Which, sorry, by the way.
I figured life would be exciting hanging around with Atlas. I didn't realize it would be exciting hanging around with all of you guys.
Look, I didn't know either, okay?
She kind of just smirks for a second and says, Right, and how many death-defying stunts do you do on a daily basis in that fighter of yours? A fighter which, by the way, I should get a ride-in at some point because, frankly, I do so much work in that, I should learn how to pilot it.
He would turn beet red and just be like, Robin, you're aware that's a single-seater, right?
I've been in that seat a few times. I'm aware.
So you want to be in it with me?
Well, I kind of need a certified pilot to show me the ropes.
I mean, if you're still down to see me after all this, I would like to take you on a real date.
How about later tonight?
Sounds good.
Is she gonna be
Man,
out of
it's
the
re-
hospital later tonight?
What?
Is she going to? I think is she done with her medical attention tonight?
She's packing things up. She's literally got scratches from the special treatment.
I wish recovery in present day was that fast.
Dude, for real.
I couldn't get off a couch for 2 weeks
Yeah,
after I left the hospital.
And she just says, "Yeah, I guess I will see you then, unless there's other things we need to talk about."
No, I can pick you up. I got a new bike.
And this is about the time that everybody else walks in, by the way. Right. I think I heard something like that. How long ago did you pull up? Like 5 minutes ago?
Yes, 5 minutes exactly. It's fast.
Oh, hey guys, you just hanging around the door?
No, as soon as we pass the threshold and I see Robin, like, you know, looking alive,
Hey, Robin, got you flour.
I run over. I go, Robin, and I go and I run over and I hug her as gently as I possibly can. And I go,
Aww.
oh my god, thank God you're okay. And yes, we did get you single flour. I know it's pathetic. I hope you feel better.
She laughs and pats George on the back and says, "You're not gonna break me. I'm a little sore, but you're not gonna break me."
They gave you the experimental treatment. How did it feel?
Wild. I need to describe it later, because I'm still processing half of it. Anyway, it's fine. A lot of needles.
Oh,
Keith would be eyeballing the flower and just be like, why didn't I fucking think of that?
you're like, that's such a good flower. No.
Yeah.
And she accepts the flower and says, "I appreciate it anyway. It is the off season for blooms right now. I'm surprised you even got this."
Apparently, it was very difficult. We did go to and I turned to Atlas. Why didn't we go to the botanical garden and just rob them?
Oh yeah, wait.
Why didn't we just rob the garden?
Too far out of the way.
Josephine's
taken
busy
too long.
anyway.
We're good. We're not that quick.
Well,
Keith had the fast vehicle.
that's fine.
But if you want to rob the botanical garden, we can do that later.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that without the help of accomplice. I think that Josephine gal would be helpful.
Excuse me, we have our own plans tonight?
We do. I was just giving some suggestions.
I slap whoever's closest to me on the arm. Not Robin.
Ah. Ah.
Sorry.
Well, that being said, I didn't sleep much last night. That stuff is a hell of a stimulant. Maybe we should call them stim packs. Anyway, I need to go and sleep for a few hours, but, she, just kind of grins at Keith and says, I'll see you later.
See you later.
And she leaves.
I slap Bison again. Sorry. I'm excited. I grab Keith's shoulders. Did you finally ask her out?
Yes, I did.
Hell yeah.
Also, Georgia, I owe you an apology.
You do.
And actually, all of you, I'm so sorry for losing my cool.
Oh.
That wasn't your fault. What happened?
Oh.
I was just very stressed out, but that's not an excuse. But
No,
I'm sorry, nonetheless.
No, it's fine. I thought you were gonna finally apologize for interrupting our date because now we're gonna interrupt yours.
Oh, yeah, no, that was in the apology. Absolutely, that's what I was apologizing for.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I hope you have fun.
Good luck finding me. And then he leaves.
Should we tell him?
Yeah. On your way out, Waddy just gives you a look and just shakes his head at Keith and says, "You are both the best and the worst, brother." And he just pats you on the shoulder.
He would wink at you and lean in and just be like, "Now it's your turn," and then leave. And we won't sabotage this one. Bye.
Can I roll to see if I heard that?
Sure.
Roll a listen check.
Well, it wasn't a 2,
Damn.
so that's good. We're doing
You got a
better.
nat 1.
Yeah, but I don't hear shit.
That'd be a 12.
I think it's a 14.
Willing to bet Georgia and Atlas hear that.
I'm sorry, what was it exactly?
Now it's
I
your
think-
turn.
Yeah, and we won't sabotage it
And we
this
won't
time.
sabotage this time, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You, unless this is going to be a continuing game, you better not.
Waddy just walks over and stands next to Georgia, and if Georgia's okay with it, he will take her hand,
Sure.
and he says, "Anyone who even attempts to bother us may end up on the opposite side of Alliance space for a few months."
You know, I was talking to Robin before all this about making that Kool-Aid Man function a little bit more specifically targeted and not to
That would be an
me,
excellent
so
idea.
Also, helpful deterrent.
Yes, power armor as a bodyguard system. That'll be excellent. That can be her her item to make it up to us.
You better. I grab Keith actually because
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
reminded of the flower for some reason. I grab him and I go, "You better actually go get some stuff from that botanical garden though, and don't get caught, and don't repossess anybody on your way there." And
I'm not going. Why would I? Okay.
The repo
I
man.
don't know, man. Oh, speaking of which, we should probably check on Sam, huh?
Yep.
That's where I'm heading, actually.
Yep.
Okay, all of you head up to Sam's room. She kind of looks up from the bed that she's in. She looks very weak, and she is handcuffed to the frame of the stretcher that she's in. Not stretcher, the whatever it is.
It's hospital bed.
Hospital bed. And she just you guys have to get past a couple of security guards, and she just says, "Oh, hi guys. Apparently I had some fun last night."
What color are her eyes?
They are a lovely chestnut brown.
Great. I don't know Sam well enough, so I'm gonna hang in the back, specifically by one of the security guards.
Mhm.
And as y'all do your conversation, I think I'm gonna ask him about, or her, or they, about what happened the night before and how they were able to
I don't
stop
understand.
her.
I don't understand boundaries, so I'm gonna go right up to Sam.
I'm there too, and I kind of just look at you and I'm like, okay, guess we're both doing this.
Okay. She just glances at you. Keith and it's Atlas, right?
Yeah,
Right, and you had the little furry friend.
Bunny.
yeah, Marty.
Right. Well, how can I?
Was
can I
Sam
help?
the one that got savaged by the bunny?
No.
No.
No,
that
Sam was
Scarlet,
the
actually.
Sam's the
Some of
waitress.
the bartend, yeah.
Right.
Sam's the one who got
shot.
shot up.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you like to pet him? He's very soft.
If that's okay, of course. And
I hold out my arm and Marty just crawls down it.
Aw,
and she starts petting Marty.
cute.
Okay. What questions do you have for her?
Well, first of all, are you doing okay? How are you feeling?
She kind of tugs at one of the cuffs and says, "Well, I would show you where they did surgery, but apparently there are no signs that it's there anymore."
Wow. Did they give you that advanced treatment thingy too?
Not that I'm aware of. All I know is that I came to briefly when they were checking to make sure I wasn't brain dead, and I caught a brief glimpse of the place where they did their work and immediately passed out again. So all I know was it was there last night, yesterday, and it's not there anymore. I feel great, actually. I could probably stand up and walk around. It's just the handcuffs clank against the bed again. Obviously I can't.
Do you know why you're handcuffed?
I said something about picking people up with one hand and throwing them across the room and then trying to break out of the place.
That must have been some anesthesia they had you on. That's insane. Wow.
I don't remember any of it.
That's probably for the better.
What do you remember?
Almost word for word, she describes what Josephine described.
Huh.
Now, Georgia, what the guards say?
I have some specific questions for them. So if you want more guided answers.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I just kind of like walk up to whoever's like the one by the door as I'm hanging out there. I'm like, so, when she, went a little ape shit, blue eyes, right? Were you here? You were here. I'm assuming you were here.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, blue eyes.
It was freaky as hell. Yeah. Burning blue eyes. You could see a trace of them.
Yeah.
After she'd crossed your vision.
And what was she? I overheard her saying she had a lot more strength. This is a dog.
He's in the perfect frame. He's like, I am here.
I'm really hoping. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah!
Give him all.
There he is!
Hi,
Forrest!
Oh.
Yeah, so he's so good. Oh, I want a dog. Besides the blue eyes and the obviously being a lot stronger than she should be, considering she should have been barely, stable.
Just that too bad.
Forrest, you're on the internet.
Forrest. Look, he looks up. What do you mean? On the internet? Was there anything else that she was doing out of the ordinary as far as abilities? Obviously, the being possessed part aside. But
I mean, she. The wounds from the surgery, gone.
Yeah.
Obviously not affected by them at all. Before we were able to get more useful incapacitating tools, she shrugged off full-on baton blows that would normally break limbs. Some of the bigger guys were doing everything they could to try and keep her from doing that. She even popped a dislocated shoulder back in as if it was nothing, and went right on to take the guy who did that. I think break both of his arms. I think he's still in recovery.
Oh.
They're trying. Yeah. A bunch of our staff are a little the worse for wear.
Sorry about that. And so I'm assuming it took y'all just kind of beat it out of her a little bit.
The guard, she glances at her coworker and he says, the only thing that finally managed to drop her were multiple tasers at once, and then a couple of darts of sedative, and we're talking full darts, the sort of thing that would stop the heart of a normal person with a single one. And then once that happened and the eyes stopped glowing, we immediately had to treat her as if she was going into cardiac arrest because of all the sedative we just pumped into her.
Okay. Good to know.
Now, one detail. Because Georgia did see all the other X's, none of their eyes were burning that bright.
No?
They were burning, but they weren't burning so much where they left a trace when they crossed your vision, like some really bright lights do. And I think Georgia would remember that.
Okay.
Any other questions for either scene?
Keith would just kind of be like, do you mind if I talk to her by myself, please? Alice?
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, you can stay in the room if you want, but I just need a minute.
Do you want to feel like you have privacy, or do you want privacy?
I mean,
I would like privacy.
there's still gonna be. We'll wait outside.
I know
I
there
can't
can
do
be
anything about
guards
the
there.
guards.
I turned to
I
the
know.
guard. I said, you guys, plug your ears or something for a second.
They're guards, they're fine.
I'm a guard. I can
Well,
plug
it's-
my ears if I want to.
La 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 la.
As I walk out the door with Atlas and Eisen. La la la. See.
The guards just quietly close the door.
Aw.
I do lean over to one of the guards. She's definitely not a threat anymore.
We were planning on releasing her once we got the go ahead from whoever the contact is at the base. We're supposed to be hearing from her in about 10 minutes.
Well, we know she's. Okay, actually, I'm not saying this in front of the guards. Never mind. I just
Okay.
kind of give Atlas a look when you say, like, we know she's not a threat anymore. Like a. Anyway. I mean, I don't want her to stay handcuffed, but like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a. We haven't talked about anymore yet.
Yeah, shall we?
Out of earshot of the guards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, the three of us kind of. Well, and Watts is with us too, I guess. So the four of us
Mhm.
kind of walk down the hall a little bit.
Okay. You guys walk down the hall and try and find a place that is just as quiet. What does Keith need to say?
You'd probably kind of like, can he like sit on the edge of the bed or anything? Like,
Sure.
Okay, he would sit and just be like, I owe you a huge apology, Sam, and this should have come a very long time ago.
Is this about ghosting me?
Yes, honestly.
Keith, I figured there was something else going on. And I know if you don't want to talk about it, you're not going to. You want to make it up to me?
Yeah,
Because
if I can. I don't know how to make up something like that, but if I can, I will.
well, first, I've moved on. He's really nice, by the way. You should meet him sometime.
Good, I would kill him if he wasn't.
Concerning. You want to make it up to me? The person you were very obviously flirting with the entire time. What was it? Her name was Robin, right?
Robin, yes.
Don't fuck that up.
Trust me, I won't. I'm kind of done making mistakes now.
Okay. Then go prove it.
Okay. He would kind of like give her a little like pat on the shoulder and just be like, I'm glad you're doing better.
Me too. I'll be glad when I can walk around.
And seriously, if he ever hurts you, you can call me and I will kill him.
I don't think that's likely to happen, but thank you.
You're welcome.
And as you leave, she says, oh, and by the way, I've always wanted to cater a wedding, so whenever you guys get around to it, let me know.
He would blush and be like, Jesus, it's only been like a few months. What do you mean?
They haven't even gone on a date yet.
I know.
It could be the sedatives talking too. That's also possible.
Wow.
They haven't even gone on a date yet.
I hear wedding bells.
There's like, what are you talking about, Brick?
What?
Brick and Ari are walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's huge. And a
First
reptile?
voices
Wait a
and now
second.
wedding bells. Are you okay?
Brick, do we need to have Artie take a look at you?
What?
Alright, guys, we're in the wrong universe. We gotta go.
I feel a really weird psionic energy surge coming from that hospital room. I don't know if that's a concern or something.
Guys, I
but
think we need to get back in the time machine now.
we're just practicing for next week. We all just
Anyway.
won't.
Georgia, Wads, Atlas, and Eisen are just sitting there like, what the fuck was that?
Looks like they're fucking idiots, you know.
You guys ever seen...
like, yeah, that purple guy was weird.
I may have made this reference before, highly likely, but another direct-to-VHS Scooby-Doo movie from the 1990s. Have you ever seen Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase?
Yeah.
They meet themselves. And
Yes.
I feel like that, like, I mean, it's the Spider-Man meme, but also in like a, you know, in the Scooby-Doo context of like, you're me, you're me, you're me. Yeah.
The pointing.
Yeah.
Have you seen the one where they meet their voice actors?
No.
Oh.
That's funny.
That one's fun too.
I need to
God, I don't want to rewatch old Scooby-Doo.
I need to watch Scooby-Doo at all. Anyway, so back on topic as Keith is heading out and probably beat red. What on a more serious note, what is the rest of the party discussing?
Shit, what were we gonna talk about?
Glowing eyes?
Glowing eyes, whether they are permanently depossessed.
Oh, yes, I'm not advocating for Sam to continue to be chained to a hospital bed. But it just made me think, how... I'm not even going to say confident, because I don't think any of us are. What happens when this happens again? How do we know that it's not going to happen again?
We don't.
We need to assume it will.
So how do we deal with that?
Well, we keep Keith's X's away from anything that can go boom, apparently.
We live in the fill in the blank century. Everything can go boom.
22nd.
Thank you. Century. Everything
Yeah.
can go boom.
But some things go boom, like, day to day in my lab, and other things go boom, like
And planets.
no more
typically.
days for the lab.
I can work on that and use my pull in the security force to just keep tabs on everyone that we know of.
The one I'm most worried about is Marie.
I agree.
She has access to lots of things.
So does Keith.
What?
And
Keep-
so does Robin.
What?
Has access to
You're
many
not,
dangerous things.
you're not there.
I know, but Amanda wants to know.
Oh, you went there.
Okay.
Robin.
Like, can we keep...
That was pauses for a moment to think about what Robin does have access to.
Like, obviously we can keep tabs on Robin, but also keeping thorough enough tabs. We've already seen I left you two alone for about 5 minutes.
And she banged me over the back of the head? Yeah.
Yeah. So that means 24/7 surveillance forever? Like,
The
and
other
then
part
what? We just beat them up again and then she has to go back into the hospital? Like, that we...
Hope for the best, make sure everyone has a solid team they can rely on to bonk them over the head properly.
And I think with Keith's help, we might be able to find a way to combat the interference.
We might be able to... Yeah. Hey, Keith, I need to analyze your brain.
He walks out
It's
the
not
door
you.
at that exact moment. He's like, "What?"
Keith, you missed it. There were some really weird people that walked by.
That what?
There
You
were some
cut out.
really weird people that walked by.
Oh,
They
really?
all kind of had vibes that were similar to us, but also extremely different. It was odd.
Huh.
And then they
Interesting.
disappeared into thin air. Anyway, this is not
nuts.
canon. That's not canon. The implications.
God, that would have consequences.
Yeah, Wadsworth kind of just analyzes Keith for a second and says, every ability can be mastered. Keith? Would you be open to trying to explore these abilities you have?
In a very protected environment
Absolutely.
with nobody else around, and I'm probably in a desert by myself. Yes.
I'm sure we could arrange to have a hangar empty.
Are you sure about
You
that?
can use my test lab.
Are you guys sure about this? I
Hey,
mean, what if
I don't think you can break it worse than I
Yeah.
already have.
The other option is you just do something spooky again at some point that might kill someone. Like, I think we'd rather you try to do that yourself first.
If you're gonna kill someone, I'd rather it not be me and be on purpose.
I'm not gonna kill any of you guys, and it wouldn't be on purpose anyway.
Nothing that you have shown so far has proven that these things are destructive in any way.
Well, yeah, apparently, I mean, the only time it's ever shown up was when I stopped bullets. I don't know how that happened, and then
It's
somehow...
simple. We shoot you again and see what happens.
Um,
I'm joking.
I could try
It
to, like,
is a joke.
punch
Jesus,
you.
the tension in this room is so fucking high. I was just trying to diffuse it a little bit.
No,
don't make jokes about shooting people then.
Well, I
We
was...
just...
Oh, who are we shooting, dears? Marie walks up, having tracked you guys down, apparently.
We're not shooting anybody, Marie.
Yet.
Okay,
I
okay,
was-
if you want...
Another joke.
I-
It was another joke.
I want to make my powers happen again. But wait, hold on. Reel
Let
it
me
back.
just
The
not
very I
know.
does not know that. Just kidding. That was Amanda. Did not say
What?
that. Huh? No, I didn't say that.
She's retconning.
Yeah, Amanda's backpedaling hard right now.
So what would happen to be the topic of discussion right now?
Keith's going on a date.
Well,
Yes,
we
and
all
I'm
knew
not
that
getting-
was going to happen.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Uh,
Your confidence.
Apparently, Keith is the one who asked.
I'm always the one who asks.
I can confirm.
Just kidding. Thank you,
Uh,
Marie.
What
I
is
give
the-
you a small high five.
If you had to give your success rate a percentage,
No, we're not doing that. I mean, 100% successful every time. But are you asking how long we last, or?
Keith, what? the
I meant in terms of relations.
no, you don't get to retcon
No.
that one.
No.
It is much too late for that. You said it.
Wait,
Someone
I
note
thought,
down the time.
but I thought we determined that it wasn't like a magic STD, but it might be. Is that what you're saying?
We've
No.
not established that.
We're
Okay.
talking
Oh,
about.
Keith, if that turns out to be the case, we're gonna have some very long, unpleasant discussions.
That's not what's happening. I'm fairly sure.
I'm enjoying
Because-
this.
He blushes very deeply. And he's like, because there's
taking
very
notes.
obvious reasons that wouldn't be the case.
So you claim.
Me and Robin have not been intimate. Okay, so how did she get possessed? If that's the case.
Oh, Murray kind of just actually turns a shade pink for a second. Says, "It's fine. She confirmed it herself.
What?
We were talking. You know how I am."
Oh, okay. Yes. So, anyways, that's not the case. I'm not spreading a fucking disease.
Well, I'm not saying
Some
you're.
would
I'm not
say
saying
your
you're.
charm is disease.
What? I didn't hear it cut out. What did you say?
Some would say your charm is a disease.
Well, thank you.
Um,
I'm not sure that was a You know,
No.
I'm
take
taking it as
Take
one.
it in stride, my friend.
I
it
take
in
everything
stride.
in stride. We know this. So, are we going to talk about something important or what? Why are we all out here? What? Well, who needs to scan my brain for what? Or was that the conversation?
we should. Maybe
Well,
we
if-
should.
If there are brain scans going to be happening, I will leave others to that. Eisen, may I have a word?
Of course.
And
Murray takes Eisen aside.
Georgia, can I get Josephine's contact info from you?
I'll give it to you. Take it on my backpack.
I say, and then remember that I actually have Josephine's contact info from earlier, and I would like to arrange a excursion to perform actions of
Theft
dubious legality.
in the botanical garden.
I would lean over and just be like, "Can you get me a couple extras by tonight, please?" Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to arrange an extraction.
We'll get to that in a second because your DM needs to think. Okay. Eisen. Murray takes you aside and says, "So we were speaking with the Admiralty, and I was in the process of debriefing them. They were rather impressed with your surveillance work, and dare I say, dogged determination to follow through with it. Have you ever considered the command track? I know your intelligence."
I've considered it, yes.
Well, should you be interested, she hands you a list of admirals. It says, all of them are interested in being put in contact with you should you be ever considering a command at some point. And I believe she points out a General Ramirez, Admiral Ramirez, and says, Ramirez specifically is, rumors have it, she handles some light intelligence work under her command. I would reach out to her if you are at all interested.
I appreciate the heads up. Be honest, I'm interested.
Well, good luck. And, if you ever need a squadron lead, you're more than welcome to reach out.
I may have one in mind already.
Very well. Assuming Keith passes his tests. If he's studying as well as I think he is, he might need some help.
He has plenty of that.
She smiles and heads back. Meanwhile, rest of the party. What are you up to?
Planning a heist.
Oh,
Now,
right.
okay, so what? Me and Atlas are in like huddle mode. So what are we stealing?
Oh, I
Um,
just want some of their more interesting plants. I don't even need the whole plant. I really just want samples. I
That's
do
it?
need the. Well, I mean,
I grab Keith. I pull him
Huh?
over. And what
you
do
know,
you want?
something.
I am gonna pick out flowers for Robin.
You want to pick up
The
flowers?
the answer is roses. You're getting her roses. Oh my god, it's like you've never watched a movie.
Yeah.
What if she doesn't like roses? That's
Um,
silly.
she
Everybody
does.
does roses.
How do you not know what she likes?
Just because everybody likes something does not mean it's bad. In fact, it means it's usually pretty good.
You need at least one
I grab
red rose
Wads.
in addition to. And Alice would know this. Grant, what is Robin's favorite flower?
It's actually something that is found locally on Epsilon Alpha.
You're getting her a bouquet of roses and.
Oh god. Alpha
You walked
lilies,
into
there
that
we
one,
go.
Grant.
Yes, I did. Alpha lilies are kind of a fun little, orange, white, and purple thing.
Okay.
As we're in the huddle, I turn. Wads is over here. You should be in this too. I just felt bad because you were left out. For no reason whatsoever. What flowers do you like? What's your favorite? You can say anything you want, Grant. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to resist. You can say anything you want.
I mean, orchids are fascinating.
Excellent, thank you. Anyway, but as we were saying, so a heist.
Alice, you receive a response, and she says, well, and I'm just gonna say it in her voice. Well, this is certainly fascinating. When, where, and what? I said, I most assuredly owe you for, saving me from whatever the hell I was dealing with.
On location, as soon as possible, and I'll bring a list.
This feels like shopping and not like a heist.
Well, if it looks like shopping, then no one will suspect it's a heist.
What the fuck are all of you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
Definitely nothing illegal.
Oh, legal things? Oh, do tell.
Bye, Marie.
I'm being dismissed already.
It was nice seeing you.
Fine, enjoy your friend time, and she just gives you all a wink and just saunters off.
I'm sorry that you were possessed. But
Yes,
also,
actually.
it's not my fault.
I already apologized. He said.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry. Although, actually, hold on a second. Wait. I had a thought earlier, and it was a half-baked one, and then I dropped it because we were in the middle of a conversation with a bunch of people that shouldn't be hearing what we were talking about. And it was, I mean, it mainly boiled down to, this has to be something that, like, Atlas, I'm almost 1,000% certain you've never dated anyone. Correct? Is that false? I would know this about you 100%, I think.
No, I'm trying to think about how Atlas would respond to that.
Okay. Eisen, have you?
Never found the time.
Okay.
Atlas has never dated anyone.
Atlas has never dated anyone. Eisen's never found the time. The only other person I got ever close to dating was Marie. And now you, and I point to Watts. And then it's all Keith's exes. And I just... I mean, I guess that confirms it's something related to whatever's going on in your head. I mean, I know we knew this already, but it's not a who all of us are close to. It is Keith. You know?
Wadi thinks for a second, says, "Can I have a moment?"
With me? With her? Him?
I need to check in on a couple of
By
things.
yourself. Okay. I release him from the huddle.
It'll be just a moment.
Yeah, no, take your time.
He pulls out his comm and starts tapping away at it.
I turn to Atlas and I go, "Do you think Josephine can put some orchids on the list?"
I've already texted it to her.
I give a high five.
No offense to the rest of you. I speak for myself on this as well. I feel like we're only close to each other.
Fair.
Closest we've gotten to anyone else was Robin?
It is notable, though, that... Well, shit.
And that's just because she's a really good lab assistant, so...
This
I
is
think that's
entire...
fair.
This might not...
There was a part... Eisen, I know what you're getting at. There's, like, a part of me that was like, well, we were all there. The 5 of us were there at Haster's loss. Is it all 5 of us or something? And it's just because that Keith is the only one who's ever made friends out of our own fucking friend group. Mm-hmm. That, like, that was... You know what I mean? We're not close to anybody else. But...
Right.
We have no way to disprove that either. Really.
Wadsworth walks back and says, "Well, actually, I did briefly date someone during command school.
Oh!
It was literally 2 dates. It didn't go well, and it was mostly because my roommate kind of just put us together.
I mean, that's fair.
I checked. There were no bulletins of that person doing anything strange, and he turns to Keith. The person I was checking on for you, also fine."
Okay, that's good.
But you dated mystery person before everything happened, right?
For everything that happened on Haster's loss. Something changed.
Mm-hmm. And it only changed for Keith.
Changed for Keith, and it might have... The events might have inoculated us against it. Because we are the only other people that Keith is particularly close to. And we did not experience anything like that.
At least not yet.
At least not yet. And I prefer not to.
This really sucks.
Well, it's on us to find out the answers about this. It is up to you to go on a date.
Okay. But I wanted to go on the heist with you guys.
Sorry. That was an accident.
I had a panic attack.
There have been so many alarms that have gone off at my place of work in the last week that was more triggering than I thought possible.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Whoa.
My finger literally twitched. I'm sorry.
It's been a week, guys. Okay. I was gonna say something.
We can do a Wilhelm scream palate cleanser.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's good.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah.
That was helpful, actually.
Can you give us a little bit of an arty laugh, Grant?
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate.
I have to take Georgia with me because obviously I cannot go to a remote location with someone who just recently tried to kill us without my bodyguard.
Obviously, and I don't.
But we should not bring too many people. Also, you have a date.
Me? No.
No, Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll get ready. Just leave them at my door or something, I guess.
Yes,
Sure.
they'll be delivered.
Thank you, I love you very much. You guys are great. And then as he turns, he would quickly kind of like take Wadsworth by the wrists a little bit and just be like, "Thank you for doing that, brother."
Of course.
Is
Yep.
she okay?
She's... I will fill you in later. She's fine.
Okay. Anyway, and then he would just shake that off and probably go to get ready.
As you walk away, I kind of just spin Wads around and I go, I think, and I grab his hand. I'm not letting you out of my sight either. So you want to go on a heist? Your gift will
Sounds-
get spoiled. But I also don't want you to die.
Just remember, when we're actually on the heist, it's a transfer to a sister facility.
I can scale fences. I
We're
promise.
doing
Keep
this
that.
completely legit.
Come on, no! I need redemption. No!
Paperwork and bureaucracy is boring.
Please. Come on.
Waddy just grabs George's hand for a second and leans in and says, "I will go anywhere with you. Also, we should plan an actual date where these jokers are not around."
Absolutely. Can you scale fences? I know we're not
And
gonna.
to scale a fence or two.
Okay.
Oh my god. My printer just suddenly decided to do maintenance on itself.
I thought you were reacting to something in game.
Yeah!
No!
Hello, Kyle.
My-
I am here, your printer.
No!
It's real! It's all real,
My
guys!
printer just made up fucking, like, it just started moving.
Ooh, that's so scary, yeah.
Oh my god.
And I didn't tell it to.
Anyway, so, unless we want to go into the details of the heist, I'm gonna kind of say that you guys end up getting whatever it is you end up wanting to get, and we're gonna kind of move into our after action, so to speak. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with start by saying that Marie pulls some strings for all of you, and instead of the couple of days you were on your adventure and getting debriefed, being counted against your shore leave is instead extended. And instead of a week, you actually have 10 days, because you did actually kind of save the colony, and do some good work for the Alliance, and they're okay giving you a little extra time off. That being said, we're gonna start with Eisen. What does Eisen do with this time?
Oh boy, I have a list. Okay,
Scroll.
so
All right.
firstly, Eisen would spend, I assume, a majority of the time utilizing the data bank that he has access to and knowing vaguely, unfortunately, who Keith has dated in the past, and he remembers very many things and would
Just pulls out a dossier yay thick.
remember most people, I imagine. But he would spend that time going through and seeing if there were incident reports involving them, seeing if in the cities that he knows that they're currently in, if anything happened, and compiling a list and seeing if this was as widespread as he thinks it was.
Okay. You determine a couple of things. A lot of them were affected, although the effect seems to diminish with distance. The nearest one was a couple of light years away. He partly sabotaged a manufacturing plant. They were able to get it back up and running the next day. The rest of it, fairly innocuous things. You managed to find a couple of rumors of something strange happening, but beyond 20 light years, nothing. It's business as normal.
Interesting.
All right. Go ahead.
Secondly, is there anyone higher up in command that Eisen genuinely would trust? And if not, he would probably have a chat with this admiral.
I would say after recent events, you might actually question your immediate superior.
Yeah.
However, doing some research about Admiral Ramirez tells you that she is not only rock solid and loyal to the Alliance, this is someone who is very much unafraid to get her hands dirty.
Okay. I'm assuming that that's an action happening while we're back aboard.
You have
not planet side, but
you have secure communications. You could reach out if you wanted to.
yeah. Basically, he would, after trusting her and having chats and whatnot, would tell her all of his theories and everything that has happened and ask for there to be special surveillance on Marie and on all of us.
I would say she agrees that that is probably a safe plan, and she doesn't include you on the details, but she says she will begin making provisions.
Okay.
And also maybe surreptitiously slips in a fact that she's about to have a ship open up for a commanding officer within the next few months, and she's looking around for someone.
Okay.
All right. Does Eisen do anything else?
Not yet.
Okay. Atlas, what do you do aside from, heist a whole bunch of rare and potentially dangerous plants?
I'm just starting a new museum on my my lab facility. Totally.
Aw.
Okay.
I just I need a hobby, right?
Just like how it's a
and-
totally normal cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally normal museum.
Exactly.
That's a tomato
Exactly.
plant, not a poisonous vine. What?
Not a poisonous semi-carnivorous vine. It's fine.
Why would you suggest such a thing? No, don't touch it.
Don't you know nightshades are really bad for you? Come on.
No, it has mites. You don't want those. I'm gonna analyze the contents of that flash drive.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
You find in several partitions some rather illicit deals and background negotiations between the head of the Zerla family and House Connor, going back decades. It is more than enough for the Alliance to potentially make a move. That being said, what does Atlas do with that information?
For them, how easy
Wait.
was that to find on there?
I'm sorry, back up. Was it Zerla or Connor?
This was the head of House Zerla and connections to House Connor.
Okay.
How hard was that information to get off of there?
Pretty difficult.
As in, it would be reasonable that it might take longer than this to get it. If Atlas needed to pretend, like, okay, basically, I'm not going to tell anybody about it yet, because I don't know who to trust.
Okay.
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 I probably would mention it to Eisen, and I would specifically not mention it to Wadi,
Okay.
just in case whatever plugged itself into his brain can do it again.
Right.
Okay. About halfway through your shore leave, I'm going to assume, because Atlas keeps an eye on everything, you're probably keeping an eye on local news. Zerla Sr. seems to pass away in his sleep one night.
Yes.
Dude.
All the Zerla ladies have daddy issues, don't they? Oh my
It's a
goodness.
requirement.
Keith, I feel like you dodged a nuke.
Yeah. I'm getting ready right now.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Your ex-girlfriend killed her dad.
It's a little crazy.
She
I think
killed
it's a
her
No,
dad.
didn't
He doesn't wanna
didn't-
talk to me
didn't-
anymore.
Didn't you read the article? He passed away peacefully in his sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey.
Mhm.
No. Mm-mm. That could have been me.
When she called you daddy, I don't think that's how she meant it.
Dead. Deceased.
No, that's the other one.
Bye.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Thank you. I try.
I love that our thing just says McKenna and man.
I am man.
Aside from that, I'm gonna spend some time training my cat and to do fun little tricks like pick locks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
let's
all
go,
cats
Mark.
should learn how to do.
Yeah, I mean, your
Obviously.
cat doesn't know how to do that. Crazy.
Yeah.
How do you think cats always get into places you didn't expect them?
Exactly.
They pick the locks with their
Yeah.
little claws.
Mm-hmm.
Little Quoy.
That's very neat,
Um,
actually.
Well, the training goes very well. Okay.
And
then-
I spend a fair amount of effort trying to preemptively convince Robin not to quit being my lab assistant.
Oh, you get the sense she's not going anywhere. Anyway. Okay. Speaking of which, Keith.
Oh, sorry, one last thing.
Mhm.
And I practice swimming
Yeah. Smart.
and discover just how much of a fluke that first attempt was.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Perfect. Keith, you and Robin go on a lovely date. It is
Yeah.
adorable. And eventually, maybe when Amanda and I are brave enough to share it with people, there might be some additional lore about that at some point. Anyway,
Yes. Yes.
That's the thing.
maybe.
That's the thing you were writing.
Perhaps.
I need it. I need it in my hands now. I've given you so many words, Grant.
We're workshopping it next week. Anyway.
Give me days.
Can I give a little? Can you give a
Voices.
little thing there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. we get in the ship and we go and Keith shows her a nebula that is very pretty and important to him. That's all I'm giving ya. But that's what they do.
And it's very cute and adorable, and I'm sure there are many dates to follow. Yes, by the time you guys return to the station, Keith and Robin are very much a thing. And Georgia, within the next couple of days, Wadi takes you on a date of your own, and specifically makes sure that everybody swears to him personally that they will be nowhere nearby.
Amazing.
And he carries a special little scrambler device that is designed to interrupt Pickle's communication capabilities.
I love that.
Just in case.
I would like to request that we went back to the beach because Georgia didn't get to have a nice chill day at the beach because she had to save Atlas's life and then almost didn't.
Yes. Among many other things, you guys go to the beach. He takes you to the zoo and shows you the Highland cows that are there.
Yes!
And he also apparently found out that there were some performances of Greek theater going on, specifically revolving around Artemis.
Oh.
So sweet. Oh,
Yes.
what a bean.
Is there anything Georgia would like to do specifically?
There is actually.
Out of curiosity.
Yeah. Besides our sweet little date, which I'm sure she had fun with, and giving him the orchids at some point, and just being like, I realized that you stole these with us, but they were for you. So, hey, there you go. But at some point, in some of our downtime, when she's hanging out with Atlas, just at some point when it's just the two of us, I think. Or if it's like, I mean, if Eisen and Keith are there, that's fine too, but, bless you. Bless you?
Are you okay?
You almost exploded.
Hello.
Kyle's having a rough day today.
I know.
Anyway.
I have no explanation.
It's the printer, it's trying to sabotage you. But we, at some point we're like hanging out and Georgia's like, you know, doing her guard thing of like kind of being off in her own world while like chilling out. And she's like, do you guys think we could ever get back to Haster's loss? Is that like a thing?
Well, given the moves that House Connor have been making over the past couple of decades or years, well, I'm not sure.
If we do, it will probably be as part of an army. But a couple of us may have ships by then.
I'm sure if we could find a suitable reason, something we could convince the higher-ups of.
If I get a ship large enough, you best believe I'm driving us there. Piloting, I guess.
Okay.
If there's a way to get your dad back,
We will
I will
absolutely do
move.
it.
We will move heaven and earth and all the other fucking planets.
I mean, we don't even know if he's still alive. It's
We can find out.
honestly, if it's been this long and no one's hit him hard enough over the head, I'm not sure if it works the same. You know? But I don't know.
One step
we
at a
have
time.
a lot of other things to worry about. It's just a thought. Anything? We only have like another day of shore leave. Any more heists? I would like to try to get over a fence again. I want to redeem myself. I did so bad when we were at Harper's house. It was crazy. I just wanted.
Okay.
I've heard the place is abandoned. Didn't she leave? Didn't she take all of her stuff and leave 2 days ago? Something like that.
Yeah, I heard they were having troubles with their turrets.
I heard that she killed her dad. So yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I heard a very distinct lack of anybody ever claiming that in public.
That's fair.
It was really quite impressive.
George is flipping through a newspaper. And she goes,
Go ahead.
"Do you guys want to go bowling?" We're still on vacation.
Why the hell not?
I've
You know?
never been.
You've never been?
I've got to see if Keith is any good at bowling. This is gonna be hilarious.
Excuse me, are you good at bowling?
Are you?
Why don't we go find out?
Okay, but I'm gonna beat you.
I'd love to see you try.
What's the prize if I win?
I'm sure I can think of something.
I think we're missing the fact that George is gonna smoke all of us. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's probably true,
No
actually.
promises, but I may have bowled in high school. No, I'm kidding. We didn't go to high school.
We
What
got
are
a
you talking
golfer
about?
and a bowler. Let's go.
They have varsity bowling at your high school.
What?
There's a Robin was varsity golf and you were varsity bowling.
Uh,
I didn't go to high school. We
We didn't have a child.
What? School?
we ran around in a lab for like 14 years, and then we all almost died. That was high school for us. Anyway.
We were basically homeschooled by the military. That's a weird dynamic.
Yikes.
I
I
kind
went
of
to
like.
school, I learned how to pilot.
I mean,
School.
technically, my teachers were civilians, I think.
Let's not think about it too hard. Bowling.
Let's go bowling
Let's go bowling.
And
and
on
never
that-
talk about our childhoods again.
I'll drink to that.
And on that note, all of you head off bowling and enjoy your last day of shore leave together. It is wonderful. You have a great time, and that is where we will leave the kids until we next see them.
No awful cliffhanger for us this time, Grant? Wow, he's being so nice. Wow, okay,
I can come
well.
up with one if you
No,
prefer.
No, it's
That's
fine.
okay.
No, it's okay.
Oh, actually,
It's
wait.
just so
Can I make a request that everybody roll to bowl?
Yeah, let's go. What do we? What
And I need you to roll for Robin and Watts.
Okay.
Just
Wait,
roll
roll
a
a D20?
Just roll a d20 and see
Yeah,
who
just roll
did
a
the best
D20.
bowling.
I need another d20.
I beat you.
Wow, that's rough.
Got a 5.
I got a 4.
Ooh.
I got a 13.
Ooh. Atlas. Okay, Wadsworth and Robin.
Robin got an 8.
Damn it.
Waddy rolled a 16.
What is the
Wadsworth
best
coming
bowler?
through.
Wow, impressive.
Eisen threw a gutter ball in the first ever round, and then he just sat down and drank the rest of the time.
I threw like 4 gutter balls and then hit one, and I was really excited. And then it was a split, and the pin did that thing where it tipped and then it stayed upright, and I
Aw.
joined you.
Yep.
Uh,
All Waddy says is, you learn a variety of skills in command school.
If you pull something out of your ass like you learn this at fucking school,
No.
I'm actually going to shoot you.
Listen.
I spend the time teaching Marty how to play, how to bowl, and we're like evenly matched.
I love it. I love it. And on that note, I suppose
that's
a prequel mission 2 has concluded. Thank you all.
First kiss is cliffhanger. Wait a minute. Unpack this.
What?
Lynn Jersey, to pick up that for Keith and Robin, you will need to tune in for the eventual release of the written work at some point.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us for D&D in Space. Sorry it took us forever to get to this final episode. A lot's been going on. But we had fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Shout out to everybody who is active in chat. Lynn Jersey, V Mandarina. Kyle popped in there for a minute. And then to everybody who's watching this later or who was just lurking in the background, thank you guys so much for joining us. Speaking of which, if you want to watch the VODs, I swear to God, I keep saying this, but someday I will be out of hell. One day I'll be released, and then I will be able to update the YouTube archive, and then it will be current. One day. Someday soon. But once I do, you can watch all of our archived videos on YouTube. You can also join our Discord, chit chat with us, and follow us on Instagram. There will be content on there starting in July. Also starting in July is when we will be getting back to our main campaign. So as I said, this is the end of our prequel arc 2, but we have the main campaign to jump back into. We're going to be starting mission 6. So let me just give you an update on what's happening over the next several weeks. This will also be a bit of an update, maybe for the people on this channel. So, apologies. It's not that big of a... It's not... Okay, so next week is when we're doing our Jackbox night.
Yep.
You guys knew that. Yes.
Yes.
So we're doing a community Jackbox night. You guys all got, and by you guys I mean chat, and some of you guys got the community challenge done of a Jackbox night with the group, like with the community, with chat. So we're gonna be doing Jackbox. It's gonna be super fun. Tune in for that, our regular time next Tuesday. The week after that, I think I told Grant about this, but I don't think I told the rest of you guys. I will not be here.
You did.
Okay, so we're gonna skip that. So we're coming back with our main mission on Tuesday, July 2nd. Right in time for your holiday if you are living in the United States. Yeehaw, fireworks.
America Day.
America. But yeah, so we're gonna be jumping back to campaign 6, mission 6 of our main campaign. Leaf and Brick and Ari and Kai and Satsi and Zen and Artie, and they're all gonna be back. It's gonna be fun. Carta, maybe?
Thaddeus.
We're gonna get her back.
We're gonna get Carta back. It's a problem. But so that's an outlook for the rest of the month as far as D&D streams go. But also, the other streams are happening too. This Thursday, I'll be playing some more Inscription. And then on Monday, it's just going to be me. Aiden is going to be in the Netherlands. So this bitch is going to talk about fan fiction. So if you want to hang out for that and the history of fan fiction, which begins with Spock X Kirk, come hang out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here. I'm already signed up.
Let's go. It's going to be at the regular time. And then we'll be back for our Jackbox night next week. So I think that's about it. Follow if you're new here. Subscribe if you feel so inclined. Also, huge shout out to the best people in the world to play D&D with, Kyle, Mac, and Amanda, and our lovely game master, Grant, for weaving such an incredible story. You guys are the best. I have greatly missed Tuesdays. This is very nice. But I think that's it. I've been talking long enough. We will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.